You pick it up without thinking. You were not bored. You were not waiting for anything. You were not even curious. Your hand just moved, and now you are staring at a screen, scrolling through something you have already seen. You put it down. 20 seconds pass. You pick it up again. And the strangest part is that you barely notice doing it. That feels like a bad habit. It feels like weak willpower or modern distraction or too much screen time. But the real answer is far stranger. What is happening in that moment has almost nothing to do with your phone. It goes back hundreds of thousands of years. It is written into the architecture of your brain at a level so deep that no amount of discipline can fully override it. You are not addicted to your phone. You are addicted to something ancient, and your phone just figured out how to speak its language. To understand what is really happening, you need to understand a chemical called dopamine. You have probably heard the word. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. It gets called the feel-good molecule, the reward chemical, the thing that makes you feel happy when something good happens. That story is mostly wrong, and the correction changes everything. In the 1980s, a neuroscientist named Wolfram Schultz was running experiments on monkeys. He was measuring dopamine neuron activity in their brains while they received rewards, specifically fruit juice. What he expected to find was simple. The monkey gets the juice. Dopamine fires. Reward produces the chemical. That seemed obvious. But that is not what happened. At first, yes, dopamine spiked when the juice arrived. But Schultz kept running the experiment. He started pairing the juice with a signal, a small light or a sound that appeared right before the juice was delivered. And after enough repetitions, something extraordinary happened. The dopamine stopped firing when the juice arrived. It started firing the moment the signal appeared, before the reward, at the anticipation of the reward. Dopamine is not about pleasure. Dopamine is about the prediction of pleasure. It fires hardest in the gap between wanting and getting. Your ancestors lived in an environment where this was a survival mechanism of extraordinary power. Your brain evolved to crave the search, not the prize. Finding food, tracking animals, scanning the horizon for threats or opportunities, every moment of uncertainty followed by possible payoff was a dopamine loop. Your brain was built to keep seeking. The seeking itself felt good. And the moments of not knowing, the moments right before the answer arrived, those were the moments your neurochemistry was most alive. This is what psychologist Kent Berridge at the University of Michigan spent decades separating into two distinct systems. He called them wanting and liking. Wanting is dopaminergic. It is restless, forward-moving, never satisfied. Liking is a different system entirely. Shorter, quieter, easy to miss. Your brain can want something intensely and barely like it once it arrives. Your brain can be consumed by wanting and feel almost nothing from getting. Sound familiar? Every time you pick up your phone, your brain is not looking for satisfaction. It is looking for the signal. The small flash of possibility. The notification badge. The unread count. The refresh that might show something new. You are not seeking content. You are seeking the moment right before content arrives. You are running a loop that your ancestors ran across open savanna, and it feels exactly the same. Restless, expectant, impossible to stop. Now add something that researcher BJ Fogg at Stanford has studied for over 2 decades: variable reward. The most powerful dopamine trigger is not a guaranteed reward. It is an unpredictable one. When you pull the arm of a slot machine, the dopamine does not fire because you know you will win. It fires because you might win. The randomness is the entire mechanism. Your phone is a slot machine in your pocket. Every pull to refresh is a lever. Sometimes there is something new, sometimes there is not. You never know which it will be. And that unpredictability is not a bug in the design. It is the entire product. Consider what your notification feed actually delivers. Sometimes it is nothing. Sometimes it is something mildly interesting. Occasionally, it is something that makes you feel seen, validated, surprised, or connected. You cannot predict which pull will deliver which result. So your dopamine system, the ancient seeking circuit your ancestors depended on to survive in an unpredictable world, fires every single time. Not because you are weak, because it was designed to. This is why scrolling does not feel like consumption. It feels like hunting. The posture is different from watching television, which is passive. Scrolling is active. Your thumb is moving. Your eyes are scanning. You are covering ground. There is something almost physical about it, a sense of mo.